There are more than 20,000 cities and towns in our country. Welcome to one of America's greatest towns, Millburn, USA.
This.
My daughter saw everything. Saw me get choked and hit and slapped and beaten up.
Caught on camera, a home invasion so violent it's difficult to watch. A young mother viciously attacked in front of her terrified 3-year-old. More details tonight in a story you saw first on 12, and it is truly disturbing. I'm Dela Cruz. We waited until this late to show you more of last Friday's brutal attack. The victim says she wants you to see it and hope it leads to the suspect's arrest.
An alarm company was installing a security system at the victim's home on Cypress Street this afternoon. A totally understandable reaction after this. Around 10:30 Friday morning, the young mother of 2 was attacked by an intruder who did not care that she was unarmed and putting up no resistance, or that her little girl was in the room, watching her mother struggling with a stranger who kicked his way inside. During the assault, she made a conscious decision to take whatever the intruder dished out.
I knew that if I started screaming, my daughter would too, and I was afraid that she would get hurt. I took it. I didn't cry the entire time.
Nanny cam on the mantle captured the whole thing. Brutal punches and vicious kicks that sent her flying. At one point, he places her in a chokehold and slams her to the floor. Then he drags her away. You can hear the dread in her voice. "Oh no," she says, before he shoves her down the stairs. It is video that sickens everyone who sees it. Veteran cops and, of course, the victim's husband.
I was in the room with about 7 officers, and we were all just speechless. It was like an out-of-body experience.
And yet, as hard as it is to watch, the couple say they want people to see it.
They need to help us get him off the streets. He's not just a burglar. You know, he's violent.
I don't know about you, but every time I watch this video, I am infuriated. The fact that this guy did this in front of the little girl, this shows a certain mentality that, to me, death. You come into my house and you, especially in the daytime, you beat a woman in front of her child. First of all, I take precautions to make sure that that does not happen. That I don't have to, I give myself time. In these instances, you need time. Time is of the essence. They are taking the risk going into this household. They're at the disadvantage because you know you're home. And what I have is strategically located mace, and within reach. So the minute something like this happens, I'm going to have them sprayed. And once they're sprayed, I also have knives, and knives that are meant to kill. Simple as that. You know, these type of knives that you'd have, I mean, I'm not talking like butcher knives or anything. I'm talking dagger-style knives. Knives that are just straight up long point, and that's that. Meant to stab, meant to kill. Or give yourself enough time to get to your weapon. And when you do, kill. Because if someone has that mentality to come into your home in the middle of the daytime, you have to automatically assume that your life is in danger at this point. For them to have that type of audacity, that type of gall to do this, these things are over in seconds, and these are becoming more and more common. I actually had this conversation with my wife's sister's husband. This guy takes every precaution in his household except he isn't armed. And he looks at me cross-eyed. Cops will show up to fill up fill out a report. Okay? These things are over in seconds. And it's easier to invade a home because the likelihood of you getting caught is less than if you rob a bank or rob a store where there's a guarantee there's a camera. It's a good thing that this camera was there to catch this. And this is not a bad neighborhood. These are not, this isn't particularly a bad town. Guys, I strongly urge you to watch the video over and over again to get it in your head, and those who oppose. And this is exactly why the Second Amendment is going nowhere. Do your best, let God do the rest.